Alright, what's happening, everybody? Just see if I can protect you from the wind here. Holy crap. I'll just keep my eyes peeled, see if anybody actually jumps on here. But we're just walking by the parks here in downtown Bozeman. Right down Main Street. For anybody who's never been here or seen anything, we'll be getting off Main Street here in a second. Oh, there's some Fidalgo. What's happening? Who else is here? James Rivera. What's happening, brother man? Yeah, super duper noisy right here on Main Street. Main Street's that's Main Street here in Bozeman. We'll be getting off here in a second. I'm just walking through the parks, just doing a little bit of a live walk and talk here. For those that didn't see any of the posts that I put up, me and Golf T are running our annual bicycle grab-a-thon. So anybody who's interested, we'll be doing that next Saturday. I don't think we've decided on a time yet, but it's one of those things kind of keep your eyes peeled for. So fresh03 is actually coming back and doing some shows. That's right. So what else is going on? Thanks, Fitty. Hey, it's Singa. What's happening, Singa? Miss you too, man. Yeah, been doing good. I've been taking classes for trying to move up in the executive ladder here in my job. So trying to get through all that, but that's all been going as expected, just real well. But so there we go. Now we're turning off of Main Street here. There we go. Wind's a little better here too. Perfect. So this is the library. Got a cow on the front yard. There's also a big ass. Where's the raven? There's a big ass raven around here too. There it is. So, gonna be taking the Main Street to the Mountains Trail here. That'll let us cut up through a couple parks, take you up to one of my favorite views in Bozeman. There's the raven. I should just leave these kind of tilted on my nose so I can actually read what you guys are saying. Ingvar, yes, we're doing some mixing next weekend. I'm moving into a new house this weekend, so I'll have to kind of speed through the setup just so I can do that next weekend. But yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. Like I said, just kind of class, and with this job I go all over the state, so it's been interesting. I think it was 15,000 miles on my car last year. So yeah, that was just for the business travel, not to mention all my little getaways that I do. Got to run up and see the parents up north every once in a while. So this is Lindley Park. As you can see, we have absolutely no snow right now, which is just awful. Right now we should probably have about 2 feet of snow on the ground, but we've had the opposite of what's been going on out over there on the East Coast. Like, we've gotten just very little snow, which means this whole place is going to burn to the ground this summer. But hello, it is what it is. So all right, we'll turn out of Lindley Park here in a second. We'll be back there towards the end. There's kind of a nice little circular path you can take. It's kind of become my lunchtime thing. When I'm here in town, I go walking for about 30 minutes or so. just kind of keep the body lean and mean. So I keep taking my glasses off because I like taking that. Have a good one, James. What's up, Sam? Miss you too, man. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, it's been, I miss doing all the shows. Obviously, I kind of burned myself out on it, doing stuff like 7 days a week. And then getting sick on top of that and barely being able to walk for a year and a half. That didn't help anything. Yeah, so all that being said, doing a show here and there, I think, especially for good causes like Golf Tee, doing the bicycle raise and raising some funds, trying to get kids without bikes some bikes. You guys know how much I enjoy bicycling. Nothing quite like hitting a hill and just bombing down a hill. And that sense of freedom you had as a kid, it's tough to forget. You get that first bicycle and all of a sudden, the world is yours. So, is that Hopeless Apparel? Thank you. I'm trying to look good these days. Got to dress up fancy for work and all that good stuff. There's one of the sculptures. You see a few of the sculptures. So here in downtown, you turn off at the library and you start walking south, and a lot of the students from Montana State University, a lot of their great big huge projects either are built here or get moved here once they're done. So it's kind of cool. So yeah, right now, if you take this trail and you just keep following it, you wind up out at the university. It's not that far. It's only a couple miles. Nice walk the whole way down. And then eventually, like I said, when we get up to the view I wanted to show you guys, that's you'll be able to see back to the university. Basically be able to see the whole damn town from where we're headed. So it's a really nice walk. Thanks, Ingvar. Yeah. Hey, ODB. Nice. Good seeing you. Yeah. So yeah, here we. Still got all our trees, all of our pine trees here are green, but I mean nothing else has any moisture to it whatsoever. So yeah, it's been a bizarre winter for us. I think pretty much everybody's hoping we get like a really extreme, like February or March and April, just to try and catch up on moisture, because it's gonna be bad this summer if we don't get anything. Forest fires will be out of hand, probably burn Yellowstone and Glacier to the ground. But hello. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, like I said, just a real nice walk. We'll be kind of up on the hills here in a little bit. You walk up through Lindley Park, cut down Sculpture Row here. Then you hit, you can be able to hit up on these hills, and that's where you get a pretty decent view of the city, kind of the surrounding mountains and all that good stuff. Walk around up there a little bit, and then head back down through Lindley Park. They actually do a big music festival there during the summer. It's called the Sweet Pea Festival. Charge way too much for it, though. I'm not gonna, for the acts and everything that's there, I'm not gonna spend that sort of money. I'm too cheap. I'm too damn cheap. What's up, Sin? How you doing? I'm doing all right. Said just been busy with schooling, trying to better myself and my retirement and all that good stuff. Only got a couple more years. Move you guys around here so you don't get as much of the wind. Gotta stare my ugly mug though. yeah, I've been kind of eyeballing places to retire. You know, if I'm sticking in the States, there's not very many places that I want to go that are affordable. So, you know, where else is there? Where else is there? Um, found a kind of a cool city in Vietnam, of all places. I was like, you know what? Make a go of it there on the retirement until Social Security kicks in. Once my Social Security kicks in, I'd be set. But yeah, all that's thoughts for another day. Social Security been kicking for a long time. So yeah, I'd be hanging out in Southeast Asia. Doing well? Excellent, Sin. Excellent. Yeah, so, yeah, once again, for those that didn't realize, yeah, me and Golf Tee and Meter and probably Adam Pilarczyk, I think Loomy and Larry are coming. I'm not real sure. I'm not really involved on the planning of it this year, but we are doing our bicycle fundraiser next weekend. So Golf Tee can assemble 50 bicycles in his garage and hand them off to all the kids in Green Bay, the underprivileged children in Green Bay. So that we've been doing for, oh, how long have we been doing it every year? Hello. All right, turn into the other park. Man, if you're a kid and had a dirt bike, how much fun would this park be? You just go bombing down those hills. So, anybody who's following me along on the map here in Bozeman, this is Burke Park, real popular for mountain biking and people taking their dogs for a walk. Bozeman's super duper into dogs, so that's taking a little getting used to, being a big cat guy myself. But take a quick walk up to the top of this hill, then we'll cut through the woods and we'll be back in Lindley Park, which is that's a really beautiful park. That's right, Pity. Get some 49er bikes going. Hello. All right, coming up to our first stop here. And we'll flip the camera around so you guys can see, I guess, where I live. Let's see. Doggos everywhere. When I was a young man, I would have sprinted up this hill. What's happening, Lady Liberty? Good seeing you. How you doing, Cassie? So, all right, this is what I was talking about. Kind of our first stop, then we'll turn and walk back over to this stop. That's stop number 1 here. All right, back up to the top here. Up here you should be able to get a better view of the mountains. I think that sounds like it's a long walk. I think I'm walking all of 100 feet up here. Got our doggo companions are still hanging around. There's one of the sculptures I mentioned right there. They're just kind of, as you're walking through the park, just all of a sudden, hey, it's kind of a Red Heart canoe thing. I don't see a label on this one. Anyway, this is so. Alright. We'll go over here. So, these are the highlight ones. Go back this way. And right here, that's the Tobacco Root Mountains. Let's go around way. What's up, Tim? How you doing, man? Way up back here, it's kind of the foothills. Back behind this mountain range over here is the Little Bell Mountains, and that's where I used to stomp and ply all my trades, and that's the Bridger Mountains. Anyway, there you go, nice view of Bozeman. Now we're... Oh, for anybody that's thinking about visiting Bozeman or moving here, if somebody happens to catch this, just because they see somebody's walking through downtown Bozeman, they want to see the YouTube video, you're thinking about spending some time here, bring a lot of money. Like this place is on par with all the most expensive cities in the U.S. It is ridiculously expensive here. If you go out for dinner or something, you're looking upwards of $30 a meal starting. Hotels are like $400 or $500. Rent, I think the cheapest I saw rent recently was like a 1-bedroom for, I think it was $2,000, something like that. You gotta live outside this town to be able to live here. So yeah, anybody that's thinking about coming here, just be aware. Be aware, this place is super expensive. So we're cutting through the woods. I usually almost get killed by a mountain bike when I'm out walking on this. So, several times a week someone will try and take me out. Keeps me on my toes, keeps me younger. This is a beautiful place. I mean, you live in Vermont, so you obviously understand the beauty of nature. Yeah, there's actually cities that are way cheaper around here that are much... that are just as beautiful. I mean, like Helena's a little cheaper. It's creeping up there though. Helena's starting to get up there. But yeah, if someone was coming to Montana for some reason, and they were just trying to breeze through, see everything, I wouldn't spend more than a little bit in Bozeman. I'd probably kind of base myself out of Butte, or as Beavis and Butthead said back in the day, Butt, Montana. The scenery just as pretty. It's got a way cooler kind of ramshackle old school downtown. But yeah, I mean, you'll get the beauty, you get the access to nature, everything like that. And I mean, the only difference is instead of being an hour from the Big Sky Ski Resort, you'd be 2 hours. That's the only real difference. But yeah, I mean, Butte for the money is tough to beat in Montana. Where else would be cool? I already mentioned Helena. Helena's the capital of Montana, or some of your teachers probably called it Helena. Fitty, I do ride my bicycle every once in a while. I also got a couple motorcycles, ride those around. This time of year it's mostly cars, because right now, and you can't really tell because it's all blue sky and everything, but it's probably high 30s here. That's kind of typical, high 30s, low 40s. It's kind of how it's been all winter. Like I said, we really haven't gotten a lot of moisture at all. Still just kind of cruising through. What's up, Chevy man? Not a lot. Just out walking through some of the parks here in downtown Bozeman. Now I'm going to avoid Main Street by cutting through Lindley Park, which is that first park we walked past right when I started the video. Yep, Tim, you know me. Hello again. Yeah, gotta get all the cardio you can, and you know it's nice. You know, you eat a small lunch and go for a walk. You know, you feel pretty enlivened for the rest of the day in the office. Where I'm stuck sitting behind a computer or talking to my patients. So, all right, and we have exited the secret path between, which is not very secret, and we are back in. This is Lindley Park. Said they do a big festival, big music festival, and it's all whoop, like all the musical acts are down here, so it's pretty neat. And then the area where we're gonna go walk through, that's where they set up all the concessions and stuff. Oh, if you ever want to find our homeless population during the summer, easy to do. Come over to Lindley Park and you'll find them all sleeping either on the benches or under the trees or in the picnic pavilions. So that's generally where they congregate, although Bozeman's gotten really harsh on the homeless folks. The rich people don't want them here at all. So it's become very anti-migrant folks. So shooing them all up into the Flathead Valley so they can go pick cherries for the summer and work at the fruit orchards, but they don't want them here in Bozeman. So like I said, they've gotten really harsh on them. Running people out of town, sticking them in jail. It's been nuts. Why can't we all just love each other and try and lift each other up, That's what I think we should all be doing. What's up, Leo? How you doing, man? What's up, Adam? Yeah. Just walking through, like I said, Lindley Park here. There's actually one of the bigger cemeteries in town right up on the, that's what we were walking past when we were coming back down. We were walking past the cemetery there. Kind of that nice shaded path. So this is Sunset Hills Cemetery. A nice big run across the road here. Got people coming up into the cemetery, but nice, really beautiful cemetery. Built up on the side of the hill here. That was where we walked there. That was probably the highest point actually in the city of Bozeman. So it's surprisingly flat for as mountainous as it is around here. I forgot to point out where the university was when I was showing that, when I was up on top of that cliff. Well, if you're watching that first set of mountains I showed you, the highlights, it's right out back there. It'd be tough to see unless you're watching me on like a 90-inch TV. Then you might be able to see the towers that they put the students up in. That's where they put my brother Cedric when he was going to school here. He lived out in the towers. Kind of miserable existence out there because they were, even back in the 90s, they didn't have a smoking area for us. Can you guys believe that? Damn progressives. Couldn't drink in the dorms. It was kind of ridiculous. We had to go party at our buddies' houses. So, yeah, all of our high school buddies that came to school down here. All right, we're turning. Turn back down, everybody. So now we'll go back down over here on the eastern edge of Lindley Park. And then we'll hit Main Street again, and then I'll probably have to leave you. Because I'll have to sprint across the street to get back to my office. But I'll stop for a few minutes up here at one of the tables, and we'll kind of just sit and chat. Ooh, maybe suck in a little bit of this sunshine. That's what I'm talking about. Almost sounded Canadian there for a second. Anybody seen Hazy recently? Probably not. I think he's pretty much done with all that nonsense. Done with hanging out with us lowly YouTube folks. Oh, nice, Tim. I'm sorry, you got to look at me at almost my natural height. Right, 72 inches is 6 foot. So yeah, I'm bigger than life on your TV. Man, way bigger. They just put this nice little playground in. They actually have like a little skate rink. I'm gonna go show you the little mini skate park here that the kids coming over here during the summer and and rollerblades and roller skates and little itsy bitsy bicycles. Kind of funny. Worries me a little bit though. This thing's definitely just on a cement slab. But I mean, did we have anything but like cement slabs and wood chips? And we didn't have any safety protection growing up. We turned out all right, didn't we? But yeah, put this thing up. So yeah, it's kind of one of those. Go ahead and get messed up. Go ahead and get messed up on that. A few broken bones make you stronger. Turn you into daggum Wolverine when you're older. Got them unbreakable bones. All right. I think I'll just go over this electrical box because you can see the rest of the bridgers over here. Right. Kind of right here. It's actually kind of cool. You can be from downtown Bozeman up in there in less than 30 minutes. That's where Bridger Ski area is. Big Sky's back that way. Once again, super duper expensive. If you're interested in going to Big Sky for whatever reason. That's right, Leo. That's right, Sin, exactly. What's a concussion protocol? Do a quick refill on the old Vapolape here. Not mixing all that often and traveling all the time, you'd be amazed at how little of your supplies you go through. Because I still got tons of stuff. Yeah, short, anything above like 45 is short sleeve weather for sure here. Okay, cool. I got 13 minutes before I need to be back at my office, and it's about a 5-minute walk back. So, got me. Ask me some questions, y'all. Ask me some questions. Ask me about Bozeman. You ask me about the stuff I've been up to. Where you been, fresh03? Besides driving all over the state of Montana. Just all over the state. Ironically, I haven't had to go all the way out east by the Dakotas. I haven't had to do that. There's another gal over in Billings who gets suckered into doing that nonsense, but I've gone as far north as I can. I've gone as far west as I can to all the clinics. That's right. Watching all of you. Did you miss that? Did you miss it? Did you miss it? Put your pants back on, Tim. There you go. Little ASMR. Shake a bottle for old time's sake? Yeah, sure, why not? I got an extra bottle of liquid with me. Mixed up 2 120s and almost ran through the only one. What's up, Larry? How you doing, Larry? What's going on, buddy? You doing okay? You doing okay? How's your butt cheeks feeling? Those doing all right? Still supple? Still supple and lovely, Larry? Huh? There we go. For old time's sake. Hopefully we get plenty of that next weekend. Like I said, we're running that thing on Saturday. Like I said, I'm not too sure about the time the golf tee wants to do it. I'm assuming it'll probably be noon central. This is just assumptions. Don't take this as the gospel. Don't. The sugar levels. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Larry. Yeah, that diabetic life ain't easy, man. Trying to keep everything in line. What's up, Troy? How you doing, man? It's always I eat the same thing probably 4 or 5 of the days of the week. Like no breakfast. I have a few sausages and like a handful of Cheez-Its to get through the rest of the day with lunch, and then I go home and I have steak and green beans for dinner. That's it. That's what diabetes does to you. Yeah, it has been a while. I think the last time I did a live show, I did anything live. I think I was out walking on the other end of town, out on the a little bit further east from my office, out there in the wildlife or the bird sanctuary, the Audubon Society little piece of property they got out there on the east. Still do that walk every once in a while. Um, Missed you too. I miss everybody, but it's one of those things. You get to that point in your life. You're like, okay, you got to choose this or you got to choose this. It's one of those. I got to do the long term thing. And then this last house I moved into, I had nowhere to do live shows. After I left the one way out on the west end of Bozeman, because they wanted so much money for what I was getting, so much money. That place was like that last place I was doing live shows in. That place was like $3,000 a month, and I pay a little bit less, not a whole lot less, but I've got almost twice the square footage living outside of Bozeman. And then the house I bought is I'm moving in there this weekend. That's way out in Bozeman too, or way out in Belgrade too, so way out of town. But you guys will be able to see that next weekend. Aren't you guys privileged? Aren't you guys privileged to be able to see Fresh03's new place next weekend? Probably do a little bit of a tour, not a whole lot of a tour, but because everything will still be a flippin' wreck, I'm sure. That's right, Tim. A little bit of a tour, a little bit of a tour in my new home. So I don't work tomorrow or Monday, and I'm moving the whole time. So getting all my crap and trying to move as much over as I can before the movers come over to do all the heavy stuff, and then all the stuff that we have left. So sons of guns, try and get as much done as I can before they get there, so that I'm not paying out the nose. Although, yeah, Addie's doing pretty well. I was chatting with him the other day. Um, you know, Staying alive, keeping it together. But yeah, upright and ornery. You guys know Addie Tooney. So, as long as he's doing that, he's all right. Yeah, the rental market is nuts. Yeah, especially out here. Like I was saying right at the start, this is one of the most expensive cities in the U.S. by a long shot. One little like less than 600 feet, one bedroom that 3 or 4 people have to cram into. It's running you $2,000 a month here, and it's not even a nice apartment. It's a shithole. Um, you know, two bedroom house in here in town, 1,000 square feet was costing me $3,000 a month. Yeah, so tells you what it's like out here. Um, out in Belgrade, I'm still paying almost $3,000, not quite. Um, and I've got 2,000 square foot house, and the place I bought's 2,000 square feet, 3 bed, 2 bed, or 3 bed, 3 bath. So nice, nice place. Oh geez. But yep, heading back to Main Street here. You can probably hear the cars coming back. Guess I'll sprint up to the corner here. Or walk up to the corner here. Let's see. There we go, the light's turning red, so now I'll get a chance to get halfway across the street. Oh, maybe I can get all the way across. Yeah, I think I'm going to be able to get all the way across. As long as I walk kind of slow. There we go. Run, fresh, run! I barely survived that, y'all. No. I'm gonna cut back this way. Going through the Jackpot Casino parking lot. Those that didn't know, Montana does have an abundance of casinos. So pretty much any gas station you stop at is gonna have a casino attached to it. So if you like gambling, Montana might be your state. With as expensive and out of control as Vegas has gotten, Montana, going to like Butte, yeah, Butte's got casinos everywhere. You know, go to Butte. Go to Butte, you know, pay 120, 150 a night on your hotel. If meals not running you 40 flipping dollars. All right. Oh, there you go. That's a little better view of the Bridgers than up on the hill when we were all surrounded. Give you a chance to see how built up they've gotten this place. So there's the Bridger Mountains. They run all the way back that way, back this way. You can see they put in a bunch of apartment towers and stuff like right in here, and yeah, used to have unobstructed views, not anymore. All right, well, about time for me to wrap this up and step on back into the office, everybody. Nice spending lunch with everybody. What's up, Galaxy Active? How you doing, man? Yeah, that's how it is here, Tim. You know, there's still a few unspoiled spots, but not a lot, man. Not a lot. Me and Wayne have done mixing face-offs before. So I don't know what sort of a mixing face-off you guys want us to do. I can get in touch with them and find out. We did our dance-off. We did mix-offs when we were in Vegas together. I don't think either of us won anything, but you know, we put up a good fight. All right, y'all. Think I'm gonna run. All right, love you guys. Everybody be good. See you later. Bye.